I've had an account with eBay for 21 years since they opened, I think. Um, One day I just logged in and they said my account was banned indefinitely. No explanation why. Um, I've sold, I think it's 388 or bought 388 items over that time period, which is roughly 1.5 a month. Um, so somewhat infrequent user. But anyway, so I tried to contact them to figure out why my account was banned because it says clearly when you log into the messages that there will be instructions on how to resolve your account if it's banned or suspended, I should say. And not one of them, after you get through their chat machine, not one of them would provide me any information as to why my account was banned. They said it was a risk to the community. Now, every single listing I have ever put out there has been 100% truthful, has had every defect, if there's a defect, disclosed clearly. And even the item that they removed, which could be why I'm banned, shows on the picture the defect. So the main picture shows a defect. What I would like eBay to do is just simply reinstate my account. I've been with them 21 years. I have 100% positive feedback, no complaints, no returns, nothing. And I'm not even afforded an explanation for why I'm banned for life. They said if I ever create an account again with any of my information, it'll be immediately banned. And it seems that they're catering to the more high volume sellers. I don't know. And I'm just, not enough money for them. I don't know. But we've seen this go around this form email that you're banned and you can't appeal it. And as I said, I would just like my account reinstated. That's it. I just went to log into my account one day and they said that you have been blocked for life. They have a generic form letter that they send out to people. The only mention of any violation that could have happened was they said they removed an item, which I'm not sure if I'm able to share pictures with you, but it was a SIM card tray for a phone, so you could use two SIMs in it instead of one. And I had a very clear picture. The opening picture showed that the SIM card fit a little bit slanted because I had modified it. And I stated very clearly in there, this has been modified to accept two SIMs. This is what you need to do to get it to work on your phone. Like the very first picture on the listing is a picture of the defect, right? Um, and what I said in the ad, which I mean they took down like a month after I sold it, I was only selling it for $10, and basically what I said is I ordered this from China. It came up for the wrong phone, so I had to wait 3 weeks for it to arrive, and then I had to wait another 3 weeks for a new one to arrive, which is great shipping speed from China. I'm like, you can either buy this one, which I am using right now with two SIMs. I've tested all the functionality, everything works. Or you can take your chances on a Chinese one. I don't know if that was a violation of their policies. I went through their policy manual, it says nothing about that. But basically, yeah, I went in to log into my account one day and it just said permanently suspended. And I've been a user since July of 1999 and I have 100% feedback. 100% feedback. There's nothing but positive feedback on me. I'm honest. I ship right away. I've never had a complaint. Uh, Everything I disclose very, very clearly in every single one of my listings. And I might have put it in the complaint to you, but eBay allows the sale of stolen phones all the time and never bans these people. All you have to do is look up on eBay if you have an account, even if you don't. Look up iCloud locked phone. It's stolen. Same with Google locked. It's stolen. They let these people sell these phones all the time. And for me to go back and then get no explanation as to why my account has been permanently suspended, where it actually says that if your account is restricted, suspended temporarily, they will give you options to restore your account. I was never given those options. When I tried to contact their customer support, which is very well hidden, they don't want anyone talking to them. I had numerous people hang up on me for asking about details as to why my account was banned. I said, I have something like 388 transactions, nothing but positive feedback. I've been with you for 20, 21 years. Not a single complaint has come my way. The whole time. I'm like, what kind of person are you looking for on your platform? An honest, truthful person who tells you what you're getting? Or, if something could be defective, I clearly stated this item has not been tested. I do not know if it works. You're taking a chance if you buy it. I sold maybe 2 or 3 things like that. And I didn't hear back from the buyers, but no complaints. If there had been a complaint, I would have worked with the person to resolve it. But anyhow, so the suspension notice, I'll try to pull it up on another screen here and just read you the text. This is what it says. It says, your eBay account has been permanently suspended February 7th. Your eBay account has been permanently suspended because we noticed activity that we believe is a risk to our community. This means the following. You can't buy or sell on eBay any longer. Any accounts that you own or are associated with this account will also be suspended. Outstanding selling fees are due immediately, and any amounts that you haven't previously disputed will be charged to the payment method we have on file. The safety of our community is a top priority for us, so our decision to permanently suspend your account is final and can't be appealed. We're right above this in their help section. It says that if your account's suspended, they will give you the steps that you need to take to have it reinstated. And then it says, if you have any concerns or questions regarding this matter, select help and contact at the top of most eBay pages. And this thing is terribly hidden. To actually chat with a representative, it's like very mysterious. Someone should have an online guide on how you can reach an individual, but the individuals can't help you at all. They refuse to answer any questions and say it's against eBay policy to answer why an account was closed. So I have like 6 transcripts, which they don't send me because I called them and told them that their agreement that they make you sign says that the rules of Utah will apply to all transactions, and you agree to use arbitration through a company called AA or AAA. And I was talking to the account rep on the phone, and I said, just because you have this agreement, and they conveniently have a clause which is put. Sorry about the dog if you can hear it. They conveniently have a clause in there, which is in every shady contract I've ever seen, that says that if any provision of this contract is found to be illegal, all other provisions of the contract will prevail. I've seen it in every shady contract. And so I had a discussion with this lady. I don't even know how I got into contact with a human at eBay. They make it basically impossible. Yeah, I think the only thing I didn't mention under my permanent suspension is it says, here are the listings we removed. And it was a OnePlus 8T dual SIM tray, T-Mobile converted. I even stated that it was a converted one from a T-Mobile phone in the listing. It doesn't say that's why I'm banned at all. It just says this is removed and you're kicked out. No recourse. Yeah, every single rep I talked to said they either hung up on me when I asked for an explanation as to why my account was banned, what rules I violated on their site, why I was a danger to the community, especially with 100% positive feedback over 388 transactions. Like, to me, that does not sound like someone who's a threat to the community. And I think most people would agree that that's the type of person you want on these sites. You don't want the zero feedback guy who just signed up for an account whose, account is in, Russia or something. They're just to do scams. And I only bring up Russia because I had my identity stolen in December, and Russian hackers did try to buy stuff on eBay. And I might be being punished for that. Although I contacted every single person I saw, every single seller, and said, do not ship to this person. I said, do not ship. This is fraud. I did not order this. And somehow the Russians are geniuses, and they can somehow make it look like you didn't buy something in your account, even though it's attached to your account. They also do this on Facebook. It amazes me. Anyway, I have pages and pages of feedback, of positive feedback. They rated me above standard always for buying and selling, seller levels and performance. I can still look it up today. Your current level is above standard based on your current defect rate. If you were evaluated today, your seller level would be above standard. And then it shows all my feedback, and it says basically return rate 0%, complaint rate 0%, that type of information. And I did get a picture of the SIM card and the defect. And if that's the reason why the account was closed, as I said, the very first picture shows the defect with it. It's not a defect that affects the functionality of it. It's just that it's an incredibly small thing. I can show you one, although you're probably familiar with them. This is a SIM card. Just goes in your phone with a SIM card, or a SIM card tray. And so in order to make another SIM fit, I had to cut the other side with a knife. and I used an actual, real, official dual SIM card in order to do that. I couldn't cut it 100% perfect, but the picture shows you that, and the description says that. So if this was knocked off eBay, I thought it sold. I don't know if it sold or not, but I've got. They didn't say anything about it when I posted it, and I'm not selling anything illegal. eBay is full of items that are used. It's full of items that are not guaranteed to work. It's full of all types of things that you're not going to find anywhere else, like modified things all over the place. So, why is this modification banning me from them permanently? I don't know. It's a $10 item. And if somebody said, I have problems with it, I would give them their $10 back. I mean, it's $10. So apparently, as I said, it's eBay policy to give you no information as to why your account is a threat to the community, which I will probably never figure out why I'm a threat to the community, because they won't tell me any information, and the reps. Multiple reps said that they would lose their job if they told me any information. So it's like eBay policy to not disclose why your account is banned if it's permanently banned. They just absolutely refuse. Oh, and I think I started to get into and I didn't complete it. The fact that they make you sign an agreement in Utah. So my guess is that Utah has very lax rules regarding corporations, and that's why they want you to sign an agreement in Utah, because each state's different. So when I was talking to someone, and I still don't know how I talked to somebody at eBay, because, like I said, impossible to reach anyone. I explained to her on a recorded call that just because you have your users sign agreements in the state of Utah and agree to arbitration does not absolve you from any of the states or countries in which you operate in and their laws. I said, it doesn't matter if I sign an agreement in Utah with you. You operate in every single state in this country. Say their laws apply to you. I mean, and that's how class actions get formed. Because you can't just choose the state with the most lax rules and ignore all your customers. Provide terrible service. And really, eBay started out as a great platform years ago. It was more, it was a much better place to do business. But over the years, they just keep raising rates and making it less and less user friendly. And it's one of those companies that's grown too big, I think. They're basically a monopoly. I mean, there's some competition out there for online items, but in terms of like selling used stuff, you got like Facebook Marketplace, and you've got like Let Go, and some other competition out there, but nothing compares to eBay size. And eBay for years would force you to use PayPal, which they also own, which is tax another fee on top of every transaction. And that's just basically where I'm at with this. So won't give me any reason as to why they banned my account indefinitely. They won't let me reinstate it. They won't talk to me. Um, not with any meaningful information. They'll talk to me on the phone, but not state anything. So I filed with the Attorney General of California because that's where they're registered. And I filed with the Attorney General in Texas. And I also filed with the Better Business Bureau. Just normal stuff you should do when a company is overstepping their bounds. I've been through shady companies before who think that they're above the law, and truthfully, none of them are. And if you contact the right source, things can happen. So that's why I reached out to you guys. I like what you're doing. You know, somebody's got to be looking out for the consumer. Am I going to die if I don't get my eBay account back? No, but like I'm a landlord, so like I find like the most random stuff on eBay that I can't find anywhere else. Like somebody took apart something that's like 10 years old and like ripped out a harness, and I find it on eBay. So it's convenient for me. But I can learn to operate around it if they never talk to me. And since they will not talk to me, they probably won't talk to you. They probably won't talk to the Better Business Bureau. They probably won't talk to the Attorney General. Actually, in fact, they probably will talk to the Attorney General because I believe they're required to under law. So this is also, I should point out that I have had the same email when I did a search online, word for word, was sent out to other people saying that they were threats to the community. One of the people was in Colombia, had never purchased a single item, and was banned from eBay permanently for the same reasons that I expressed earlier, that same general form letter of you're a threat to our community. And he's like, how can I be a threat to a community that I haven't even used? And so I don't know what they're doing. It really shocked me because like I said, I've been using it since 1999, and like it's still on my phone. There's an icon for it, and it lets me log in and look at everything. It's just like all the transcripts that they say that they're going to supply me since I've taken action against them. They don't provide any of them, so they're not in my folder, my messages folder. So I don't know. So I'm talking to you. Hopefully something happens and we get somewhere with eBay and they change some of their business practices. For me, I just want my account reinstated. Like I use it when I need things, and I mean, I think they need to change their business practices for sure, but you know, I'm not going to go. I don't have enough time to go out and make them change their business practices. That's not going to happen overnight. But just reinstate the account. It's clearly, and I'll send you all the messages, the listing that maybe got me banned. I don't know. It doesn't have the text, unfortunately, of what was in the listing to describe exactly the fact that it was 100% truthful. And as I mentioned, you can buy broken stuff on eBay. There's no rule against it. You can buy stolen stuff on eBay. There's no rule against it.